Today we are going to discuss about 4th chapter of class 12, Chemical Kinetics. The branch of chemistry which deals with the rate of a reaction, factors affecting the rate of a reaction and the reaction mechanism is called chemical kinetics. Rate of a reaction means the speed with which the reaction takes place. Chemical kinetics, the single word consists of two parts. The chemical means chemical reactions. We know that reactions are of two types. Some reactions are based on physical changes, others are based on chemical changes. But in this chapter, we are going to discuss about only chemical changes, that is chemical reactions. Then the kinetics indicates rate or speed of a reaction. On the basis of their speeds, chemical reactions classified into three types. The first one, fast reactions. Some reactions occur at very fast. Example, precipitation of AgCl from AgNO3 and NaCl, ionic reactions, salt analysis, etc. You are familiar with salt analysis. During salt analysis, within 10 to 15 minutes, you can easily identify the presence or absence of cation and anion present in the given salt. Second type is slow reactions. Some reactions are very slow. Example, cold formation, rusting of iron, etc. Then the third type is moderately speed reactions. Some reactions occur at moderate speed. Example, inversion of sugar, hydrolysis of starch, etc. Majority of reactions come under this category. Consider two reactions. The first one, combustion of propane. Second one, rusting of iron. Combustion of propane takes few seconds for its completion, while rusting of iron may take few hours, days or even weeks for its completion. This shows that there are some factors which affect the rate of a reaction. So study of these factors and the reaction mechanism is known as chemical kinetics. Rate of a reaction means the change in concentration of reactant or product in time. Rate means the speed of a reaction or rate of a reaction can be defined as the change in concentration of a reactant or product in unit time. It can be expressed in terms of the rate of decrease in concentration of any one of the reactant or the rate of increase in concentration of any one of the products. That means rate can be expressed either in terms of any one of the reactants or in terms of any one of the products. In terms of reactant, the rate can be expressed as decrease in concentration of reactant divided by time taken. In the case of reactant, we are using negative sign. This negative sign indicates the decrease in concentration of reactant. Then in the case of products, increase in concentration of product divided by time taken. Therefore, R is equal to change in concentration of product divided by delta T. Consider the hypothetical reaction R gives P. We can express rate in terms of reactant. R is equal to minus change in concentration of reactant divided by change in time. Delta indicates the change. Square bracket indicates the molar concentration. So change in concentration of reactant is equal to final concentration of reactant minus initial concentration of reactant. Change in time delta T is equal to final time minus initial time. delta P, that is change in concentration of product, is equal to final concentration of the product minus initial concentration of the product. If the concentration is expressed in moles per liter and time in seconds, then unit of the rate is mole per liter per second. Consider the reaction formation of ammonia. This reaction is known as Haber's process. In this reaction, 1 mole of nitrogen reacts with 3 moles of hydrogen to produce 2 moles of ammonia. Let us calculate the rate of this reaction from the given data. In terms of reactant, small letter r indicates the rate. In terms of reactant nitrogen, minus final concentration of nitrogen 90 minus initial concentration of nitrogen 100 divided by final time 10 minus initial time, which is equal to minus 10 divided by 10. Therefore, rate of the reaction is equal to 1. Similarly, rate can be calculated in terms of the product, that is ammonia. In terms of ammonia, final concentration of ammonia 10 minus initial concentration of ammonia 0 divided by final time 10 minus initial time 0. Therefore, 10 divided by 10, which is equal to 1. Thus, we can calculate the rate of a reaction. Next, average rate and instantaneous rate. If the rate of appearance of product or disappearance of reactant comprises a long interval of time, then the rate is expressed as average rate of a reaction. Average rate depends upon the change in concentration of reactants or products and the time taken for that change to occur. R average is equal to change in concentration divided by change in time. But we know that the rate of a reaction does not remain constant throughout a reaction, because during a reaction the concentration of reactant goes on decreasing while concentration of products goes on increasing. Therefore, the rate of a reaction at a particular moment can be expressed. That rate is known as instantaneous rate. The rate of a reaction at a particular moment of time is called the instantaneous rate. R instantaneous is equal to minus dr by dt, which is equal to dp by dt, change in concentration of product divided by change in time. So what are the differences between average rate and instantaneous rate? In average rate, we know that time interval is very large, whereas in instantaneous rate, time interval is very small. Sometimes delta t approaches 0. One more difference. In rate expression, average rate, the change is denoted by the symbol delta, whereas in instantaneous rate, the change is denoted by small letter d. Both average rate and instantaneous rate can be determined graphically. For that, first conduct a chemical experiment. Find out the concentrations of reactants and products at regular interval of time. Plot a graph of concentration along y-axis and time along x-axis. This graph shows the variation of concentration of reactant against time. Initially, the concentration of reactant is larger, but as the time changes, the concentration of reactant decreases. Suppose R1 is the initial concentration, T1 initial time, R2 final concentration, T2 final time. By substituting numerical values from this graph to the equation, you can calculate average rate of a reaction. In order to determine instantaneous rate at a particular time t, you have to mark a point on the graph at time t, draw a tangent at the point. The slope of the tangent will give the instantaneous rate of a reaction. This graph shows the variation of concentration of product with respect to time. Initially, the concentration of product is 0. As time changes, the concentration of product increases. From the graph, you can calculate both average and instantaneous rate of a reaction. Next, the mathematical expression of rate of a reaction. Consider the general reaction AA plus BB gives CC plus DD. Small letters A, B, C and D indicates stoichiometric coefficients. Capital letter A and B are reactants. Capital letter C and D are products. Rate is equal to minus 1 by A, change in concentration of reactant A divided by delta T, which is equal to minus 1 by B, change in concentration of the reactant B divided by change in time, which is equal to 1 by C, change in concentration of the product C divided by delta T, which is equal to 1 by D, change in concentration of the product D divided by delta T. This is a mathematical expression for a general reaction. If the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products are same, then there will be no change in the rate of a reaction, whether it is expressed in terms of reactant or in terms of product. For example, consider the reaction Hg plus Cl2 gives HgCl2. The stoichiometric coefficient values of reactants and products are same, that is equal to 1. Therefore, no change in the rate expression. That is R is equal to change in concentration of Hg divided by delta T, which is equal to minus change in concentration of chlorine divided by delta T, which is equal to change in concentration of HgCl2, that is the product, divided by delta T. But if the stoichiometric coefficients of reactant and product are not same or not equal to 1, then to get an identical value for rate of a reaction, the rates are divided by their respective stoichiometric coefficient. For example, consider the dissociation of hydrogen iodide. Hydrogen iodide dissociate to give hydrogen and iodine. In this case, the stoichiometric coefficient value of hydrogen iodide is 2, which is different from the stoichiometric coefficient values of the products. So, the rate of the reaction is equal to minus 1 by 2 change in concentration of Hi divided by delta T. This part gives the rate of the reaction, and here we have to divide the rate by 2 because the stoichiometric coefficient value of hydrogen iodide is 2. But in the case of hydrogen and iodine, the stoichiometric coefficient value is 1. Therefore, no change in the rate expression. One more example, 2Fe3 plus Sn2 plus gives 2Fe2 plus Sn4 plus. In this case, the stoichiometric coefficients are not same. So, rate is equal to, in terms of Sn4 plus, the stoichiometric coefficient value is 1. Therefore, no change in the rate expression. But in terms of Fe2 plus is one of the products. Here the stoichiometric coefficient value is 2. So, here we have to use 1 by 2. Rate divided by its stoichiometric coefficient value. In case of reactant, we have to use the negative sign. Then change in concentration of Fe3 plus divided by delta T divided by 2. That is 1 by 2 is multiplied to the rate of the reaction. Let us express the rate of formation of ammonia. N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Mathematical expression of ammonia. R is equal to minus change in concentration of N2 divided by delta T, stoichiometric coefficient value is 1, which is equal to minus 1 by 3 change in concentration of hydrogen divided by delta T, which is equal to 1 by 2 change in concentration of ammonia divided by delta T. On analysis, it is clear that many of the questions had arrived in previous years from this topic. So this topic, that is mathematical expression of rate of a reaction, is very important. You have to learn the portion thoroughly, especially the mathematical expression of ammonia. Next class we will discuss about the numerical problems based on average rate and instantaneous rate. Till then, take care. Bye.